Good morning, everybody. Student class 10th. Welcome in chapter 2, the nationalism of India. But this is one of the very important chapter in your history book. This chapter is not only for the purpose of your examination, but being a citizen of India, we must know about the struggle of our national movement, of our independent struggle, how we get independence. We can study in this chapter. Of course, the Mahatma Gandhi is only focused in this chapter, but some other parts, some other historical background is also mentioned in this chapter. But Mahatma Gandhi came to India from South Africa in 1915, and it was the time of Second World War, and the impact of Second World War on the national movement of India in different way. As for example, the so many soldiers were forced to fight on the international front, so they were very angered. But the inflation rate was very high, price rise was very high, and the Britishers also collected extra tax to fulfill the damage of war which was fighting the Britain in this Second World War, and they charged a war tax. So it was an extra burden of taxes on the Indian. So Indians were very aggressive. But in this period, there were so many so many endemic condition in different part of the country. As for example, in Gujarat, in Bihar, farmers were facing a lot of problem, but the talukdars were continuously collecting the revenue taxes, and farmers were very angered. So it started a revolution against them. But in this situation, Mahatma Gandhi played a very important role. Of course, he first of all established Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad, watched the situation of India, and then after he involved in the national movement. First of all, he was participated in a public meeting of inauguration of Varanasi, Banaras Hindu University in Varanasi. Then after he joined a Lucknow session of 1916, and here he called by a Rajkumar Shukla, a farmer of India, and this Rajkumar Shukla invite in Bihar to see the situation of indigo farmers of Champaran. The farmers of Champaran forced to cultivate the indigo, and this indigo farming was very harmful for their fertility of soil. They were forced to 1/3 part of the agricultural field, only the indigo. This is known as the Tin Kathia method, and they were unable to produce their basic grains like wheat and rice and other things. So first of all, in 1917, Mahatma Gandhi started a Satyagrah movement, the first Satyagrah movement. And in this Satyagrah movement, he was success to convince the British government to call off this order of indigo farming in the Champaran region. But a second was a very famous strikes was conducted by Mahatma Gandhi in 1918 in the Ahmedabad and Bombay, the cotton mills strikes. More than 1 lakh laborers participated in these strikes, and he was success. Similarly, he also participated in Gujarat, in Kheda district, in the favor of the farmers who are facing a lot of problem due to endemic situation, but talukdars were collecting revenue taxes forcefully, and farmers did not want to pay this tax. So Mahatma Gandhi led them. He started a strike, he started a satyagrah, and then after his success to stop the collection of taxes. These 3 satyagrah movement was very surprisable event for the Indian. Why beta? Because no fighting, no class, no a drop of blood flow in this struggle, and Mahatma Gandhi was success to accept the demand of Indian. So what was the power behind it? Beta, the main power is satyagrah. What is the meaning of satyagrah? The appeal for truth. This is the way of the power of soul, not physical force. In Satyagrah, Mahatma Gandhi always said that the force of soul is always effective, more effective than the physical power. And physical power only used by a person who are very weak, who are weaker than a person who use the power of soul. But this is based on non-violence. This is based on breath, means fast. This is based on the truth. So this is known as satyagrah. He said, if our objective is based on truth, if the way to achieve our objective is based on truth, and if a person who fight against the oppressors by the soul based on truth, then no one can defeat them. So satyagrah was a very effective and most powerful weapon to fight against the Britishers, and it was given by Mahatma Gandhi first time in India, and this satyagrah was used by Mahatma Gandhi on the ground of South Africa, and he was success once again when he used this satyagrah in the India. In these 3 earliest Satyagrah movement, which I discussed already. Then after beta, he was very excited, he was very happy to use this Satyagrah movement. And in 1919, there was an act passed by Britishers. This act was known as the Rowlatt Act. What was the historical background of this Rowlatt Act? Actually, the British government was very under pressure from both sides, from the international side and from the internal side, external side and internal side. Britain was defeating in the First World War step to step, and the condition of Britain was very critical. And the activity and movement of Indian was also very aggressive. So the British government was facing a lot of problems, so they tried to put an act to crush the aggression of movement. And they passed this Rowlatt Act, which is also now known as the Black Law. No vakil, no dalil, no appeal. Anybody could arrest without court trial and prisonered. They detentioned. So this black law was opposed by Mahatma Gandhi, and he once again tried to start this movement in Amritsar. This is known as the Rowlatt Satyagrah. He wanted to conduct an strike by the help of the railway workers and other sections of society, but first time he was not success in Amritsar. The General Dyer was the police commander. He implemented the martial law, and he strongly crushed the Rowlatt Satyagrah in Amritsar. He forced to back this movement. He used force to dishonor the Indian, and ultimately Mahatma Gandhi was taken and a step to back this movement. First time Mahatma Gandhi was not success in this movement. But in this time there was a rumor in Punjab. Two leaders, Dr. Satyapal and Saifuddin Kichlu, was detained by Britishers, and a rumor was that both popular leader was just murdered by Britishers. So they wanted to start a movement, a strike, but they were unable to do such type of action because General Dyer was completely banned in this region to start any kind of movement against the Britishers. So April 13, on the day of Baisakhi, a very famous fair of Punjab, Jallianwala Bagh, Baisakhi Mela conducted, and some leaders wanted to start a strike, a demonstrations, and they wanted to make an strategy in the back of this mob of Baisakhi Mela in Jallianwala Bagh Park. But they started their meeting, but someone informed to Jallianwala Bagh meeting to the General Dyer. General Dyer came, entered in the Jallianwala Bagh Park. First of all, he closed all gates of this park, and without any information, he just gave the order of firing. And in this firing, within 15 minutes, so many people just murdered. Some people tried to just cross the boundary, but they were shooted. Some people tried to just drop in the well of this Jallianwala Bagh, but they also treated by the gun. Within 15 minutes, more than 1,000 people killed, and it was a massacre. So this incident is also known as the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And beta, it was a first cruel action when Mahatma Gandhi came to India. When he listened this cruel incident, then he first of all back his award, the Sir. And Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore also returned the award of Nobel Prize. And a strike in all over India. No cook in the evening of this Baishakhi day, and all India so sad, so aggressive against this oppressive power, Britishers. And after that, the aggression of national movement of India was just increased, and started. This movement was as a mass movement. So this is known as the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. But in 1919, also so many just lollipop type proposals came from the British side, and that was the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. In this act, first time the common election was going to conduct. Indians could be participate in this election, and they could be also a part of the legislative assembly. They could also participate in the debate of this legislative institution. So it was very important. Three important features of this act. Then after beta, Mahatma Gandhi was very alert due to this Jallianwala Bagh massacre, due to this Rowlatt Act, due to the misguide and blackmailing of Indians by the Britishers, because they promised that after First World War they will give the Swaraj to Indians. But Britishers were not giving the Swaraj. They were just a little reforms doing in this Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. So Indians were very aggressive. And one very important factors beta, Khilafat movement was started by Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali for the favor of Turkey. Remember that. The Khilafat movement was not for the Indian interest, it was the interest of Turkey. Turkey was the center of Khalifa, the biggest religious leader who was in Turkey. In First World War, the Britishers promised to the Khalifa they will not interfere in the matter of their Khilafat. But what happened after First World War? Britishers just tried to abolish the system of Khalifa. So This is the reason that Khilafat movement was started in India. Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali started this movement. They established a Khilafat committee in Mumbai, and for making an Hindu and Muslim unity, Mahatma Gandhi was given the support to this Khilafat movement, and then after this movement was started. So Mahatma Gandhi also started a parallel movement which is known as the non-cooperation movement after the Congress session of 1920, the Nagpur session, and he just started this movement. In non-cooperation movement, what were important steps taken by Mahatma Gandhi? What was the result of this movement? How this movement was very important for our national movement? इन सभी चीज़ों के लिए देखते रहिए हमारा ये एपिसोड। अगले एपिसोड में हम डिस्कस करेंगे आपके साथ कैसे नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट को वापस लिया गया, what was the importance of this non-cooperation movement, and how Mahatma Gandhi was leading the national movement after the non-cooperation movement. फिलहाल आज इतना ही। थैंक यू, हैव ए नाइस डे।